nice and warm out. So what I wanted to do here, I passed by here pretty much on a daily basis. And it's amazing the things you'll forget about or fade with time as you grow up in these parts. As you can see here, there's a YMCA right here. Side of this big ass tree right there is a parking lot. And this street runs all the way down. It's one of the main streets, high point of travel. And what I was doing was about what was I, 18, 19? I had to been 18. I was at a party with a group of friends. And what ended up happening was it was me and a couple of the guys I grew up with. I grew up with two white kids named Mitch and Matt. They were twins, fraternal twins. Looked nothing alike. They were born minutes apart. They had a couple cousins that grew up with us named Derek and Dusty. And you've probably heard about one or the other at some point in time in my course of my channel. But Dusty was a different kind of trouble. For some reason, even though there is a couple year difference between the two of us and we look almost nothing alike, we have bumped heads a number of times over the same women. Which like I said, is really a shocker because we look nothing alike. We carry ourselves nothing alike. He's literally, especially at that time, he was into the fishnet stockings on his fucking arms or sleeves, black fingernail paint, listened to My Chemical Romance and wear fucking black fucking suspended baggy ass pants and all types of shit. He was completely different from me. I was a bougie skater wear kind of kid. But we were at this party with this girl who's like an up-and-coming singer out in California right now. She moved away, pursued her dream. Happy for her. We knew something was special about her even then. But we're all at this party. He's trying to get in her pants. She's trying to get in my pants. I'm not trying to do any of that. Mainly because that same girl was best friends with my ex. And my ex was very recently my ex at that time. At that time, she was within the same summer. Within the same summer, we had broken up, and she was just so sure that I would end up dating her best friend. And so within that same summer, me and that said best friend we were hanging out, but that's mainly because all her friends were my friends, right? I got out of juvie and basically moved in with her and her mom. So all her friends were my friends, or my only friends. So I brought my friends around. We're all at this party. He's being obnoxious. He's trying to fucking, like I said, he's trying to get in her pants. She's getting annoyed. They were bouncing around on a bed in one of the bedrooms, and he actually broke one of these girls' arms. Literally, like, was hopping on the fucking bed and stepped on her fucking forearm, snapped it clean in half, right? That's a good way to get your fucking any attempts to, loosen them panties. Toss that shit right out the window, right? You snap a girl's arm by being an obnoxious drunk, you're getting kicked out quickly. That's exactly what happened. We'll call her K-Dog, right? That's not it's not exactly a stretch from the truth, but it's enough that none of you would ever know who the fuck I'm talking about. But it is the girl that is the love interest of all of us at this point. So she comes to me. I'm already drunk, right? I'm super wasted. But you know how it is. Anytime anybody comes up to you and they're like, "Are you drunk?" Automatically, right out the gate, you're like, "No." What? my drunk? What are you talking about? You know, it doesn't matter if we really are or not, or who asked us the question. We're just offended. We're just immediately offended. Nah, I'm not fucking drunk. I could still drink a whole nother bottle of fucking vodka or something. I don't know. And she was like, okay. She hands me her keys. Literally puts them right in my hand. She's like, I need you to take him, drop him off. She's like, I don't care where, drop him off. She's like, come back to me. Do you got that? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. So you want me to drop him off, ditch him, like, right? To ditch him, then come back? And she was like, yeah, ditch him, come back. I said, all right. I said, what happened? And he's like, he can't stay. He can't stay. And I said, all right, cool. So I'm like, I gotta take him. I gotta drop you off, bud. Sorry, you know, you overstayed your welcome. You fucked up. You know, that's, you know, what do you want me to do? You know, it's not my party. It's not my say so. It's not my alcohol. You're kind of a bum. You're just kind of crashing wherever they'll let you. You've overstayed your welcome, and now this. So I wasn't too tore up about it, right? I go out there. I grab my boy Matt, and I grab Dusty. I said, Dusty, come with me. We're gonna go get some more alcohol, some more beer and stuff. He's like, all right, let me go get my bag, and he carries around this fucking bag, right? That goddamn bag. It's full of all types of paraphernalia. Every Bic lighter he's ever fucking used to get high with. He's got a whole bag full of them, all empty. Some, like, I don't even know, some miscellaneous shit, right? Like, it's just, it's a cop's wet dream. Paraphernalia everywhere. He carries this shit around. There's even like a map gas torch in there and all types of shit. Like, the dude is a trip. I used to just drink and smoke weed at that time. He was already doing a little bit of everything, right? So we take off, and I'm trying to think of how to tell him, right? I'm just going to tell him, hey, figure out where you got to go. I'll take you there. I'm going to drop you off, but I'm going back, right? I'm going back. This is probably my night. I'm probably going to get lucky or whatever, but you can't be there when that happens. So I got to take you somewhere. So I tell him, I said, hey, Dusty, man, I said, you got to go. You got to go, man. I don't care where you got to go. Just figure out where you can go so I can drop you off and get back to the party. And he already knows. He's kind of like, oh, man, that's fucked up, and fuck them bitches, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, dude, just find somewhere to go. And he's all like trying to find another party, right? He's got me driving around. And, you know, it's like in the middle of the night. We're the only car out, driving around. 3 drunks, 1 bottle. And he's calling people up, and he's trying to find another party for me to take him to, right? I'm like, no, dude, find somewhere for me to fucking drop you off. Like, you're getting in the way of me and, you know, what I'm trying to do every weekend. What any of us are trying to do every weekend, right? And so, I don't know. We start passing the bottle around. We're trying to find something to do. And then finally, we got on that homeboy time, right? Where it's like, well, fuck it then. You know, if you kick one, you kick us all out. You know, fuck that. We grew up together. You know, bros before hoes and all that shit, right? So we ended up kind of like psyching each other up to go back to the party. And if she was going to kick one out, she was going to have to kick us all out. I was like, fuck it, whatever. So we were coming hauling ass back to go to the party. And I come flying up over the hill to pass the YMCA where I just showed you guys. And I blew through the stoplight. The stoplight was green, or I think it was like yellow and green or something like that. But there was a cop in that parking lot. And he was facing us. As I came over that fucking street, I was going about 40, 50 miles an hour. It's a 25 mile an hour road. And I seen him. I was like, fuck, man. He parked right there in the Y, right? Now, I made it about 2 blocks down, and I immediately pull over, right? Immediately pull over on this side of the road. I hit the lights, and I coasted to a stop. Just as I coasted to a stop, I see the cop go by. Whew, he's got the lights on. He goes. I hit the gas, and I fucking take off, right? I come hauling ass down this road. I get to right about here. Now, mind you, like I said, it's 2, 3 in the morning. I'm drunk as fuck. I hit this straightaway. I get up to about 90 miles an hour in her little 2001 Mazda i626 or whatever it is. It's a 5-speed. I hit about 90 miles an hour. I get right about here and I turn on the lights. And I've never been down this road before. But as you can see, it starts to curve. It starts to curve kind of tight. And I started downshifting. I was riding the clutch and braking at the same time. I had all the weight and momentum of the car was on the front left tire. And all the weight was on it. And I was trying to take this corner going about 90, 80, 70 miles an hour. And somewhere around here, it finally broke. A chunk out of this concrete somewhere. The fucking front left tire up over. This is viciously different. But I slid 70 feet. I took a chunk out of the curb. I think it's this house right here. But they had concrete steps. That's the only reason why I didn't crash into the house. But I would bet everything I owned it's this chunk of concrete that was replaced. And I slid across 2 lawns. I crashed into a house. And then I got out and I immediately started running. Every day I pass through here, I think about that now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's the first and only reason I lost my license. But they didn't catch me for that. They got me for fleeing on foot, minor consumption. To finish that story off, we get caught, right? We get caught wandering around in the middle of the fucking neighborhoods drunk. Nobody's admitting to anything. Nobody's admitting. I called K-Dog immediately and I said, hey, I'm getting chased by the police. Call your car in stolen. I said, report it stolen right now. Insurance will cover it, all that. I said, but you got to report it stolen right now. And I'm literally on the phone with her. I'm running. She's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What's going on? I'm like, listen, just report it stolen. You know, I can't have this. I can't have that expense on me, you know. And I hung up. And I ended up like, I don't know, I think I fell into a pool somewhere. I was soaking wet. And we all went to jail. And we went to jail. I was in there for maybe an hour. And somebody comes and they bond me out, or they release me. They sign, right? Co-sign or whatever it's called. I come out. I come out. They're handing me everything, right? They're handing me my hoodie, my belt, my shoes, all that stuff. I'm getting dressed, and they lead me down to that little area where they you know, send you off with whoever comes to bond you out. And there's this little slit of a window, and I look through it. Guess who's fucking standing there? Fucking Dusty. Dusty. A 16-year-old kid posing as his much older, like 21, 22-year-old brother. They look the same. Look exactly the same. Except for the height difference. Which is like a good 5 or 6 inches if you're not paying attention. But he knows all his brother's info. So he went in there, posed as his brother, while he was drunk, looking all fucking goth and emo as fuck, and got me out. For running in a girl's car that we were both trying to get in the same panties as. He came and got me out, right? The buster brought me home. Hey, I looked out and I seen him and I was like, oh hell no. That's exactly why it was bros before fucking chicks at that time. Bros before chicks. No, he got me out. He got me out. They were like, yeah, he has to stay with you for at least 8 hours or some shit, like till he sobers up. And he's like, oh yeah, I got him. I got him. We're going straight home from here, you know. And I know this kid had to have immediately sobered up. He got away. I remember me and Matt pushed him into like this dark little alleyway as soon as we seen the cops, and then me and Matt took off in the opposite direction. And that's the way it's always been ever since I can remember. Ever since we have always been doing dirt when we were teenagers, stealing bikes, home burglaries, home invasions, shit like that. Dusty always got away because me and Matt always let him off. We would always take that on us. It was just one of the things. This the kids I grew up with. They're like my brothers. Dusty, man, he really fucked up. He really fucked up. I couldn't continue to fuck with him in the same level that we used to because he would eventually turn bad in the dope game, set somebody up in a Motel 6, do controlled buys and all that shit. Long after I tried to warn him away from it, I tried to cut him off. I tried to freeze him out, right? I literally tried to like freeze him out from anybody giving him anything. But somebody else. There's always somebody willing to stuff a fucking ounce of dope into your pocket and send you off with an exorbitant amount owed, whether you get busted with it or not, And unfortunately, I had to disown him after that. I had to disown him. I had to move against him. Some of you are probably familiar. Some of you are probably familiar with that story. I took him out of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, made him dig his own grave. Made him think that that was what's really was going to happen. And then I fired off next to his ear. Walked away, made him walk home in the boondogs, butt ass naked. Don't do this again. All right. Now I get a chance to sit down. I'm gonna go ahead and read the comments. I had to get that all out. I can't read the comments and tell a story. Come on. Snowplow Pebbles, good to see you. Welcome. Kaimani Hall. Hi. Well, welcome to the chat. Yeah, Danielle, you see, I just wanted to share a quick little story. Hello, Broughton. Love these lives. What the fuck are you? Jeffrey Martinez from Germany. How are you, bro? I'm good. Much love to Germany. Loyalty, good to see you, brother. Definitely nothing like community. The label gets shit on by people who don't want to hang with normally. When it works, it's a wonder. Yeah. I'll be eating in reverse. Damn. South Jersey checking in. Much love to South Jersey, Mike. We got two Mikes now. Mike Bruschetta and a Mike Ridgway. Winston Marlborough. Good afternoon. Hatfield, good to see you, brother. Almighty Push, what's good, man? Damn. Did you drop the soap? Terrible. Will you read my name? I would have been the one to fall in the pool too. Why are you an anarchist? Why not? Is the question. Yeah. I'm glad you like him, Gary. Zombie. Some people you just can't save. No, you can't. The 48 Laws of Power are a Machiavellian control junkie's dream. You can't judge a book by its cover. Disassembles it in 8 words. Power does have laws. It has generalized forms. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. But I better start moving around because we are in an area where I will get the cops called on me for looking too native in a white community. Looking too white in a white community. Too native in a white community. Yep. You know that chick, she didn't report her car stolen. I was so mad too. When I got out, I was like, did you report it stolen? And she was like, no. I was like, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? She said she didn't want to get me in trouble. I was like, yeah, but you're out of a fucking car now, and you don't have any means to replace the car I just crashed. So now I owe you a car. She's like, wow, you really thought of all that before you called me? You're gonna learn. So I don't do anything for no reason. I don't say anything without a lot of thought. I'm not just a frivolent fucking dude, man. And she lived out of town with her parents or her grandma. She lived out of town with her grandma, about 5 or 6 miles out of town. I had my own apartment, and she worked and went to school. So I had no choice but to let her use my apartment as a home base between work and home, because I was the one who cost her her vehicle. And that is how we ended up really getting close. That's the dragon, the Chinese zodiac girl I was talking about, the dragon. That was her. I'm the tiger, she was the dragon. She was the only one. And then when I went to prison, she turned her back on me because she thought I was throwing my life away. I suppose she is right to some degree. But she didn't know that the cost of my freedom would have been somebody of her own flesh and blood. It would have been her uncle. And they would have never suspected it, the feds, because who I'm talking about is half black, half white. And who they were looking at was a full-blown biker biker gang member. So they would have never put the two and two together. But I would have had to have put him up on the chopping block in order to give my ex-fiancée the opportunities that she thought we were robbed of. And I couldn't tell her that because everything is read, everything is recorded, everything is listened to. There's no point in time in which I could tell her, look, I can't do that because this is who they want. I would end up exposing him in trying to get recognition for protecting him. So I could never mention it. I had to let her think whatever she thought. And she thought that I was just doing some Tony Montana going down in a blaze of glory type shit. And that I was protecting people who didn't give a fuck about me. I think that probably hurt more than anything. Let her think that I was actually stupid hurt more than anything. What is this? Who did this? Kennel. Now. I said now. Lay down. Better hope that wasn't nothing important. Right? Yeah, anyways, a little bit of my youth for you. My 18, 19-year-old self. Good stuff, right? Good fucking stuff. And no, actually, I did not get lucky that night. I felt pretty bummed out. I was pretty bummed out. Yeah, if there's one thing there's one thing that I have trouble with, it's feeling like I owe people. And if you crash somebody's car, you definitely owe them, right? You definitely fucking owe them. And yeah, I ended up hiring one of the tweakers to go out to the junkyards and find all the all the pieces that she needed to completely replace her messed up parts, and then replace them. Oh yeah. Yeah, Power Salah, John Phil, it's good to see you. Hatfield. Yeah, Mike, for sure. Adam everywhere. Boof, a Zen for us, Onk. What is that? Looks like an anarchist. Doesn't have laws, it has generalized forms. Anyone hear about the Confederated Tribes busting the new cop that was serving in the IDF? No, Punk's not dead. That's good to know. How did I meet the current missus? I think the official version is a tattoo consultation. The truth, however, is something that I probably shouldn't share online. The original version. The truth is probably something I'd have to share on like a Patreon or something like that, or I don't even know. I'd have to look up. I'd have to look up laws, certain laws, and the statute limitations before I answered that truthfully. Talking to your dog. Did he admit to doing anything? Still going, yeah. Busted in the act. Knew it was gonna be her anyway. My older dog doesn't do shit like that. Worst thing about that is she actually eats the toilet paper after she tears it up. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Ishka can't be trusted. Fair enough. Yeah, it does go by fast. I think it's gonna drag for me though. I'm missing one extra body that I would normally have here. The other one is at work. The other one is at the daycare. So I still have the butts. The butts are here. Sounds like the definition of a partner in crime. My old lady is the same. Yeah, I can't even. I can't even hint. I don't think I can hint at it. Damn fucking phone calls. I know this much though. When I first met her, I'd offered to do something. When I first met her, I reached out to her because of something I saw online that she had posted. And I offered to do something for her as a complete stranger who's never once ever talked to her. She had zero connection to me, right? Absolutely zero connection, infallible, plausible deniability. And that was important for the issue at hand, right? Because if it did go down, if it was a one and done, and you never spoke to this person again, whatever had transpired would ultimately go to the grave, right? But say nothing happens and time goes on. I think she probably thought. I think she definitely knows now more than she did then that I meant every word that I had offered, and she's happy that she didn't go with it. That's probably enough to give you guys an idea that it's not something that can be completely shared. Enjoy it while you can, bro. My kid is 17 and pretty much all grown up, yeah. Can't wait till my kids turn 16 though and can get them a driver's license and take themselves to school. That'll be nice, right? Oh shit. No comment is enough to fill a trilogy of novels. Hey, 80s made. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the membership. Members only. No, not members only. Membership though. Pebble says, I'll still get up for him and cook breakfast, but I will not miss the parent pickup and drop off line at 7:20 a.m. You seem like a warrior in a garden. I think that's a perfect. It's the balance, right? It is the balance. Everything in this life must have balance. If you've spent a large portion of your beginning of your life destroying, then you must spend the last half creating. I found peace and balance by getting out and building peace. I built, you know, something, and it's unlike anything I've ever, done. But that's the only reason why it's working. That's the only reason why it's working is because it is in accordance with life, right? It's in accordance with what the universe demands. I've already suffered a lot for reasons that I didn't have to. It does come back one way or another. Oh, I already know, Pebbles. The struggle is real with them schools. Just fucking post up hours beforehand, huh? David Vickers, good to see you. Welcome to live. We're doing good here. Talk about to pick up their kids from school, Gary. Yep, that's what she said. Picking kids up from school. Oh, ouch. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. I appreciate it, man. Saw you were live. Yeah, I do a lot of that nowadays. Hello, Pebbles. The other Oculus, it's a little older, a little dirtier, been a little battle worn, but there's perfectly fine. I don't like the new Chucks. The new Chucks are hard to hold on to. These ones that have the round thing on it, they're a little easier to hold for some reason. I don't know if it's a balance thing or if it's like a weight thing, but the other Chucks, I don't like them. I almost, well, I did. They slipped out of my hand a couple times while I was playing Beat Saber. Beat Saber, it scratches a certain itch in my brain, especially as an old fighter, right? As like an old, well, as one of my members just said, as an old warrior, there's parts of us that always like to wonder if we still got it, right? Do we still got it? Can we still, Could we still move? Could we still fucking see danger as it's coming? Split second decision making, right, was crucial for handball. It's crucial for fighting. It's crucial for surviving. Period. Beat Saber forces you into the same type of reaction speed, and I don't know. To me, those are invaluable. To me, anything that will keep those aspects sharp for you is invaluable to me because there's just not many things out there that will take care of things like that for you. Keep soldiering. I appreciate it, man. I definitely will. The wolf pups. I don't have any wolf pups. That was a long time ago. That's a long time ago. Um, I think I've had like 3 or 4 litters since the wolf pups. That was like last year, last summer sometime, huh? I got a black screen. That can't be good. I'm back. Okay. Oh yeah, I was sending a text message. That's probably what happened. VR chat, baby. Yeah. For sure. Old age and treachery. Wow. What are you wowing about, Jennifer? Oh, god damn. Oh. Okay. All right. My phone's dying, so I got to sit on the charger here. If I'm gonna keep live streaming to y'all anyway. The wolf pups. Oh yeah, that's what you're wanting about. Supernatural. There's boxing on there. I've tried some of that boxing. I like the Beat Saber. Pistol Whip is good. Pistol Whip has got me super sore right now. My legs, my hamstrings, quads, all that shit is tore off the fucking frame. Obviously, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners is good. I don't know what else I'd like. I'm looking at that Untangled. It's like a superhero one. But if I really want to do some superhero shit, I'm just gonna boot up Amazing Spider-Man 2 or whatever. Spider-Man 2. You play as both Peter and Morales. Just switch back and forth. I think I'm on my second playthrough. But yeah, boxing would be fun. I've boxed in real life though, I tend to find those lacking. Last thing I knew how to play was Super Mario Brothers and Sonic the Hedgehog. Classics right there. Straight up classics. Look, both of those games, Pebbles, have their own cult followings when it comes to skill, skill level, skill ceiling, very high. The skill ceiling is very high in those games. Very high. So don't feel bad. Moot VR. I was watching some Jurassic Park shit yesterday. It's not really a game though. You just kind of observe. You watch a velociraptor as it like runs around and survives the day. It's cool, right? It was, but I need something to like interact. Like I need to be able to like punch up or shoot something. Hey, I need to be violent. Haven't played since 2019. Oh, dude, Killer Instinct. That had a skill ceiling like no other. The amount of combinations that you could tie into from any linking fucking, you know, linking combo fucking breaker fucking like insane. And how every single combo, killer combo, can lead into an ultra. Loved it. I figured out every single character's highest possible killer combo without the ultra, and with the ultra hitting the highest hitting combo was by Orchid. Orchid could hit like, I think it was like 60 plus some hits plus the ultra. It was the longest manual combo that you could do. I was a whiz. I was a straight up whiz on fucking Killer Instinct. Didn't we delete all of you guys already? Apparently not. You know, us natives, we're like cockroaches, man. We'll survive a fucking apocalyptic bomb. Lioness Patriot. You sure did try. Ultra combo, yeah. X-Men versus Street Fighter. I don't think I played that one. No, I never did. Drake or Kendrick? Kendrick. Damn. Why you deleting Moot's comments? Yeah, you don't need to delete Drake or Kendrick either. Nerdy Andy. That's not offensive. Is he still timed out? Because he shouldn't be. But yeah, Nerdy Andy. I'm more of a Kendrick fan than a Drake. I really care for Drake. Never have. Nothing against him. Love the fact that he's Canadian, and from all that and stuff. But nah, I never liked the fact that this dude was literally, he went from family sitcoms to suddenly acting like he could buy a motherfucker to assassinate you where you stand. Like all of a sudden he was just hard as shit, right? He's just a killer, and we just don't. None of us in prison can jam to it, knowing that this dude was really a joke. We can't take him serious. We can't take him serious. Not when we know that they've never busted a grape and never will bust a grape. For I have sinned. Well, it's really not my. It's really not my. It's not my issue to have an issue with Drunken Dizzy. I'm not your father. V for Vendetta. Good movie. Hmm. Do I know Anonymous? No, I don't. I mean, I know who they are. I'm aware of who they are and what they do. I'm definitely I I'm a fan of them. I'll say that much. I'm definitely a fan of them. A lot of strength, a lot of power in that, in being a faceless voice that has the ability to at least reach the media, if nothing else, right? Madi Systems, good to see you again. I appreciate that, Snow Bunny. It's good to see you again as well. It's hard to ever hard to forget a Ashley Tisdale profile pic. Darth Clorox. I just now read that. Darth Clorox. Where the fuck is that remote? I feel like this AC is not running. Last movie you saw in the theater was what? God. It might have even been that fucking Madame Web shit. It was bad. Whatever it was, it wasn't memorable. It was either Madame Web or Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or something. And I'm a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. It just I don't really remember whatever it was. Okay, so it wasn't on. Yeah, I am from Wonderland. Are you really? I was deep in Anonymous. Crafted their claim from the Massads. But grilled cheese is calling. Yeah. I'll probably see is the new Jumanji with The Rock in December. Yeah, Jumanji looks good. They did it a little differently. They're not playing themselves like they're playing. I kind of I dig it. I might check it out, even with all the flack that The Rock has been getting lately. What is the lollipop for? So what's everybody doing on a Monday morning anyway? Man, I'm not sure what. I don't think it was. I don't think it was Madame Web. I'd have to ask my girl. She'd know. I am sad. Why are you sad? Oh, one movie star? Man, it's a good question, right? Because most of the time, I think people like to think that their favorite movie star is going to be this really likable, super polished, like ultra unrealistic expectation of a pop star, movie star, right? These people are fucking idolized. Right? That's why they get paid millions of dollars because everybody wants to be them, but they're just regular people that are genetically and aesthetically fucking gifted. That's really it. They can act, they can pretend, so they're good at lying. That's all it is. They're good at selling a vision that's not real. But they're idolized in this culture, right? They move mountains with their fucking words, whether they are qualified to be making these kinds of opinions or not, but they sway masses by the millions based on what they wipe their fucking asses with. Okay, it's just fucking, it's crazy, it's nuts. Same with athletes and people that sing well. I at least have no issue with people that write music and sing well, and same with athletes, you know, because you're sacrificing your body and stuff. But the amount of importance that we place on movie stars is probably why as much weird shit is going down in Hollywood as there is. Um, but there's a few different actors I do like. Anthony Hopkins, Al Pacino, I think would have been Robin Williams, Jim Carrey. I think those would have been, no matter what kind of experience you have with them gentlemen, it's going to be one to remember, right? I know some people would be like Angelina Jolie or Brad Pitt. Yeah, but I don't know. That didn't appeal to me. Yeah, that didn't appeal to me. Is that PPN? No idea what that is. Summer Lily, good to see you. It's Tuesday in Australia. Yeah, you coming from us from the future. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're all living in the past. Don't meet your heroes. Probably won't live up to your expectations. Yeah, I would like to listen to music. Brian Adams. All right. Tater Todd. Morning. Good to see you. Swagger Daddy. William Revels, actress, passed away. Yeah, I just saw that. That's crazy. She died pretty young. She died real young. 36, about to be 37 in a couple days. Yeah, that's crazy. Danny Treyu's another one. Yeah, I would love to meet Danny Treyu. I'd kick it with him for a day. Whitney Houston. Hot Cheetos. This dude's running around with my favorite chips as a fucking username. Did you just hear The Rock just died? No, we haven't. We're gonna need to fact check that. Yeah, Rock didn't die. I didn't think so. Danny looks really cool. Yeah, I think he owns a restaurant or something. I think I heard that too. Frank Sinatra. Yeah, these are all musical greats, or at least heavily influential. Some would argue that Elvis was just the one who got the credit for that particular style of music. It was just too forward thinking for that time, I guess. Cyclips, good to see you. Just Michael's throat. 420, what's going on? How we've had all types of shit happen. I took everybody for a little cruise early on, showed them where I crashed a car, crashed into the front of a house, ran from the cops. Um, I did it all for the nookie. One of the most up and coming talented true artists is a lad called Ren. Talent is so deep, we're checking out. Is that rapper from the UK? Robbie Williams. Yeah, he is. He is a big germaphobe. And it's just really that's just it, right? He just can't stand to be touched or touch people. You're doing chores? Yeah. I gotta go start mine pretty soon here too. I'll rewind and watch when you're done. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna want to catch the beginning. The whole point of this live was the very beginning. And then I just drove home and they all came in here and I had to charge the phones, and now we're just chopping it up. But still a funny guy. Oh yeah, I bet. Really? How tall is Eminem? I've never actually known. That's what I mean. Like, I'm a huge fan of his music. No idea how tall he actually is or what he weighs. Don't care. That is the best time to be fascinated with the Mahdi system, especially the 90s. The 90s is full of just iconic movements, one hit wonders, just shit that you'll never see again. Yeah, yeah. The very beginning of the live 420 has got a story about a little chaos from my youth. Yeah, Snoop's very tall. He's like 7 foot or something. He's a fucking giant. Tech Nine. I'd meet Tech Nine for a day. He's a mental giant. Yeah, Tech Nine is one of my favorite rappers. Can you define your life in one word? Chaos. I just wrapped up 2 hours of pump Navy SEALs, 3 squat chasers, 3 jumping jacks, and a 20-pound vest. Damn. Hell yeah, bro. That's getting money for real. The Rolling Stones, there's only one left, right? Aren't they all on the greener pastures or something? All except one? Oh, okay, so it is the same one, Summer? Yeah. I've come across him. I'm aware of who he is. I've watched some of his music videos. They're pretty good. They pull you in. Alina, yes, I am. Aline, Aline Abdullah. I am Native American. Man, I never got to see Up in Smoke. I wanted to, never did. Unknown gamer, any decision that you can change in your past life, making your today better. I've always marveled at these questions because to regret a mistake tells me that you have not found the value in that mistake yet. You have not, you have not, every mistake is an opportunity to discover something, a truth, or strengthen you. It's never a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you resent it, right? If you resent it, it's because you don't think it's your fault. Somebody else puts you in that position, right? Somebody else is the reason that you had this misfortune because you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't fuck up like that, right? You don't need to improve. When in all actuality, you are the master of your own universe. So, by acknowledging that this was your mistake, you then are able to back up and see that you chose this. You chose this back here when you did this. So if you didn't do this, then this wouldn't have happened. And you wouldn't be where you are today. Then you're going to be like, ah, you know? And that's, like the whole process of just learning and going about being human, making mistakes, stuff like that. Um, if I were able to erase every mistake I've ever made, I would imagine I wouldn't be the same person I am today, which seems to be somewhat interesting. Snoop used to be that shit almost gave me a brain aneurysm trying to read that. Snoop used to be my daughter's half brother's baseball's coach sister's dogfish's cousin. I'd meet Elvis for a day, but I'd be weird digging him up. That's fucked up. Corrupt, what's good with you, man? Oh, someone at my front door. Look at the mailman mobbing up like he's tough and shit. Coming up on my doorstep with entirely too much attitude. Best show ever? Which one? Keith Richards is never going to die. Oh, so is that the one that's still surviving? Yeah. The Time in Wonderland is now 6:15. He's petrified. Jeez. Like they haven't grown right. You're authentic. I like that. I appreciate that. That's what's up. Corrupt. Salute. K Native RN. 100. Bozo Zuko, dude. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Up in smoke? Oh, okay. Often people like to outsource their circumstances from a view of the environment happening to them versus actively taking agency in their day to day circumstances. Exactly. That was just a highly more intelligent way of phrasing what I had basically stumbled out. Hands are full of red tail boa. Scorsese is definitely Scorsese is definitely one of the greats. Yes. Yes, he is. Him and Quentin Tarantino and his weird fetishes. He's got some quirks, right? He's definitely got some quirks. Man, that shit is going too slow. Oh man, 21%. Um, I hit about 180 miles an hour when I was coming back from Colorado in my Evo back in 2005. Almost hit a fucking bird. Comes up on you a lot faster at that speed. By the time you recognize that something is crawling up onto the road, it's already rolling up over the windshield. The wind made it tumble right over the top of the car. It didn't even get a chance to like take flight out of the way or anything. And I swerved and started fishtailing about 130, 140 miles an hour. It was pretty scary. Pretty nuts. I had nightmares about that car. In my nightmares, I would be in my vehicle. I'd have I'd be in it, I'd be driving it, but there'd be too many pedals. There'd be like too many gears and shit. Like shit it wouldn't let me drive it. It just wouldn't let me fucking haul ass and just drive, escape. You know, it could have been a fucking wet dream, but not being able to go more than like 5 miles an hour and like can't finding the right gear to accelerate is the stuff of nightmares. I haven't thought about those in a long time. Got mine up to 107, got scared and backed off. Oh, yeah. Who are the two spirits? You're you're not the only one who's ever asked me that. Or is that something you are seeing? Because either there's multiple accounts all uh, coincidingly trolling me with the same thing, or these are all different accounts that are seeing two spirits in a live stream. I love to drive fast, right? You have a favorite car, 420? Yeah. I've seen 272 kilometers, which is 175 on a sports bike. That's fucking fast, dude. That is fast. Ooh, she likes to judge. That is a hell of a car. Itchy fingers. If Anonymous was real, they would erase everybody's debt and forgive everybody perfect credit score. I think it's bigger than that, right? Because if we did away with everyone's debt just randomly, it wouldn't work out that way, right? Because at the end of the day, the gold and silver is what backs the currency, right? And I think we've long since outprinted the amount of money per currency, per actual mineral value, right? Danielle would be the one to go off on this subject more than I could, but I just know that it wouldn't help, right? Um, the money would still remain where it doesn't need to be. Jesus, she gave me a heart attack. Same person. Out here in Utah last week, the famous Bonneville Salt Flats cars that go 5 plus. Yeah, that's crazy. Salt Flats is where to do that. They were on earlier too. Okay. Charlotte is the NASCAR capital of the world. Open stretch of salt, 25 miles long. Yeah. I don't have a native name. Hoof Viviers, vaping bad. A lot of things bad for you out there. Ugh. You just gotta pick one. Pick your poison, bud. Hell, you can't even drink your own damn water out of the tap without taking the risk of ingesting some parasite that'll fucking melt holes in your brain one day because it got your bloodstream from your intestinal tract. Oh yeah, there's all types of shit that could go wrong. All types of stuff. There's a lot that you have to take into. There's a lot that you have to have faith in something greater than yourself. That if that's what's going to do you in, then that's what's going to do you in. You're not going to disrupt any divine plan. You're not going to take yourself out before any, celestial being decides. Like, what do you think? Oh, for sure, money is completely fake. Yeah, that's exactly it, Sai. We owe a shitload of money, and we're not paying it mainly because we're the strongest at this point. All the money we probably owe other countries is invested in our military. We're like, come take it. Come take it, right? Come take that shit. Hands are full of boa. That's what's up. I'm vaping like a wild woman too. Some people would know what to do with true freedom. Even if the world was reset, we would quickly find some form of currency. Yes, yes, we would. We need it. We need it. We need something to constantly dictate the worth and time. Why? Because time is money, and people want to know that their energy is going to be compensated. Otherwise, nobody would work. Nobody would work if there was no currency. They would only establish what they need to feed themselves on a daily basis. Itchy fingers, are used to have a copy of the Anarchist book on floppy disk? Oh shit, yeah. We had we were looking it up online at the time. Do you plan on teaching your young one about the Sundance as he gets older? I might. I definitely might. His over money is backed by necessity at this point, and as a ledger that runs down the king's steps. That's wired how you don't know your native name. Well, you have to be given a native name. You don't just come with one by default. You know, it's not like you turn me over and it says made in China on the fucking native name. It's, you know, I wasn't out. I wasn't participating in these types of things. I was incarcerated through like most of my whole life. You don't get a native name. It stabs a lot, maybe. What is the Sundance? It's a religious ceremony. Clint Torres, do you think Mother Earth could be an alien? I think I think the whole planet is an alien reservoir, a reserve, not reservoir. It's an alien reserve, and we were supposed to be its caretakers, and we have long since abused that duty. American power is over. We've got grievances to address. Yeah. Yep. It's what goes up must come down. If it was up to me, I would not allow any form of currency. Now, that'll have its challenges for sure. Spiritual, not physical. I don't know. I do not know. Crazy question. Would you rather go in a shuttle to outer galaxy or submarine to the depths of ocean? Both of those are terrifying in their own way. As a true Pisces, I have a profound terror of something in the deep waters. There's some part of me that intrinsically knows something in there. I don't know if I want to see it. Is there white people native? What? You know, Snake is bummed going back in the tank. He's all full of energy. I'm gonna go check on mine. You got me wondering about my snakes now. grab some cookies first. What? Nobody liked the fucking truffle brownies? RKS or RKW, whatever. Let's go with you. Put you all on a tripod real quick. I am squatting squirrel. So is there native white skinned people? I mean, I think you're asking if there's light skinned natives. Yes. Yes, there is. I fucking hate deep water. I'm a Pisces, tater tot. Yeah. Natives are from Asia. Do you think so? White skinned people. Where's the guy with that name? What's the color of mystery meat? Oh, I don't even want to know. Brown? Really white? I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what you're talking about. Albinos? You go look through any of the history books, you're not going to see any white natives. That's more of a more recent thing. A more recent thing, as the races mix, then we inevitably become a melting pot of ethnicities. You will mow the lawn? All right, brother. Salute to you. Every time I come in here now, I have to look to see if we have any escapes. Escapees, I mean. We like to say it all fancy. We say escapes. Kind of like how I say lasagna, lasagna, bologna. I don't think anyone's escaped no more. I don't know who's in this cage right here, but they are chewing the fuck out of these holes in this cage. I'm basically gonna have to just line the whole thing with chicken fence. They got shit to chew on in there too. That's crazy. Mystery meat is a reference to mixed race. So, mutts. Human mutts. Talk about human mutts then. I saw all the Central American natives looked real similar hundreds of years ago. Yep. Native people as manners. Do Native people cover their bodies before showing up for strangers? Where are you from, Alina Abdullah? Like you sound intelligent, but like really sheltered or something. Darker than your Mexican landlord. I should fix a room up, rent it out. Maybe before I had a kid. What we breaking down? Well, I'm just boring the chat at this point. The point of the live initially was a story about running from the police, crashing the car of the girl whose panties I was trying to get in, and how that ultimately ended up working in my favor anyway, because I had to give her full access to my apartment since she had nowhere to pit stop between home and school. This is when we were all like 18, 17, shit like that. I had my own place before everybody else did. So yeah. But I was showing everybody where I crashed the car. And what surprised me, I didn't see it until we were there. There's this one little chunk of concrete that looks like it was pulled up and re-poured. And it would have been where the rim of the front left tire smacked the curb so goddamn hard that shit folded up underneath the car like some fucking Back to the Future type DeLorean shit. It was laying flat underneath the car. The A bracket was completely folded and just wrecked. That shit was wrecked. Going out. What you got going on now? No, you bet you bore your child all the time. It would have been crazy to be around a few hundred years ago. I always thought I was born. I was born out of my. I was born out of my century, for sure. Only people who look at that think it would have been fun. We're definitely born out of our century. You know when you meet men like that. You meet them in prison and you're like, oh yeah, this motherfucker was right at home among the fucking Vikings and barbarians and shit. Madmen chop somebody half with an axe and then slam a beer and laugh about it. I've met men like that. For sure. Would have everyone here traveled to the past or future given a chance? I went Gary, I'm about living in the now, yeah. Yeah. It'd be too much of a temptation, I think. People would try to change one or the other. Metal. Metal or shit. Or even bad movies that we've seen about that. Globalization has dire repercussions on the minds of women around the world, whether the third world or the first. Mafia Guerrilla. Love from Lebanon. Appreciate that. Thank you. Much love to Lebanon. At least from my neck of the woods. You better be taking care of these babies, goddammit. I don't like seeing them scattered around like that. I'm gonna have to repo that chick's babies. Every time I come in here, they're scattered everywhere. They're not all in a little bunch. They're supposed to make a little indentation for them. White Eyes is an old soul. Yeah, she has. She's always thought of that. If you were back far enough, you might think you were in the future. If you went forward enough, you might think you were in the past. Pinoy, thank you. Appreciate that here. Definitely appreciate that. Look at this shit. You see that? Underneath. Back there. There. Right there. Oh, hell no. That thing is cold. The poor guy's cold as fuck. They're not going to survive at that rate. No milk, man. He's got no milk. Oh, yeah, he's got some. Did you see it? Yeah, see that? They got some milk. But they're cold. They shouldn't be that goddamn cold. Down. Excuse me. See, these are the cages I make. They don't chew through these. There ain't nothing for them to get a hold of. Even their water dish or the water feed is through the wall. Yeah. Golf. Love you, dog. Make this cold one up with your hands. I'm about to give them to a different mom, to be honest. That's some bullshit right there. Globalization is worrisome for a number of reasons. I don't know. Globalization is my topic for my thesis I'm working on. Really? So you like South Africa, Saudi Arabia. Okay, nice cage. Thank you, Danielle. It's a lot more cost effective than say one of these, which is like $130, $140, something like that. This is like one of the condo luxury ones. Then I have another one of my own that I built. So it's like I'm not opposed to buying the nice cages, but some of them are getting chewed through. The animals they're designed to cage aren't able to house them, and I find that my own creations are managing a lot better. Oh my god, that shit scared the fuck out of me. Woo! How do you keep getting out? That's what I want to know. You're like a goddamn dwarf mouse or something. What are you squeezing out of? What the fuck? I'm not going to be able to keep you alive, dude, if you keep getting out and starving yourself. Absolutely insane. I honestly don't know how he keeps getting out. Clearly squeezing through the bars. But you put him into a cage with the wrong extended family, and they'll just kill him. They'll eat him. Yeah, they can. Houdini's telling you he's a keeper. Got one left in a fish tank that's all bowled in with grass and driftwood. Okay. Yeah, for real. Jennifer Positivity, welcome to the live and to the members. And they can chew through anything. Man, can't they? I don't know what you're on about, dog. But it feels unconsensual. I knew that shit looked weird. And I went to poke it, and that motherfucker jumped. I'm pretty sure it scared it. It scared the fuck out of me, I know that. Have you heard of the Mouse Utopia experience? No, I haven't. Oh my god, it just dropped. You have no survival instincts, do you? This thing has zero survival instincts. Show you the material on the hood. So this is the same shit that the outside of it is. Had a bad rat problem 2 summers ago. There's a school across the street and they were working on it in the summer and it displaced these rats and they found paradise in our backyard. Oh shit. Crazy. Put it on inside out, leave it on, take it off. 420, can you do something about Daniel Garcia? He's just weirding me out with that. I feel like it's some kind of sexual thing for him or something. They ate all your plants? Damn. Yeah, I know they. That's why I'm like, we need cages that they can't get out of. Yeah, I really like the goat milk ice cream they sold in Port of Dammam. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, man. It's like it's something weird. It was the urgency with which he was asking for this really odd request that made me start to feel like it had some kind of sexual connotation towards it with him. I don't know. Nowadays, it's unbelievable, and you can't get a job to support yourself. Yeah, 420. Anonymous. You're on your own with that, Anonymous. Beware. Hospitalize your local Antifa. Wasting too much money on F-35s. Yeah. So I thought somebody it was a very rich country. Is there not much work? Vikings were here first. So my grandpa and I went on a rat killing mission. He set the traps, and I got to clean up the dead bodies while he laughed. Vikings were not first. I appreciate your input, Turkey, Embassy, Ottoman Empire. Holy shit, that's a mouthful and a half. baby's doing. Oh. Got another little young mama over there. It's a rat puppy. These are definitely considered pups. Eyes aren't even open yet. Pretty helpless. Still got to wean. Still got a nurse on the mom. Can't eat solid food yet. We don't have. We only have maybe 2 snakes that still eat at this size. So they get about double this size, and then we start having more snakes that have him as an option. Completely albino. Alright, dude. You know where you're going? Bam, there you go. The whole little studio apartment to yourself now. You ain't getting out of that. Straits of Hormuz has the whole world on hold while Iran is shrugging off America's addiction to control. Maybe the milk ice cream has got hell expensive now. Much used to buy a pack of cigarettes is $2 today. You'll buy a pack with 12. Damn. Pack of cigarettes in Australia, $50 for a pack of 20. God damn. Right, Danielle? $100 for a pouch of rolling tobacco. That's like prison prices right there. That's crazy. What? No way, really? $50 for real? Oh, easily, Danielle. I went to vaping at the rate that I vape. It's more cost effective than the amount of cigarettes I was smoking, like per pack a day. But yeah. We are at 13%. See if we can't wrap this up before then. Alright, what happened? I seen your thumbnail of outside. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to catch the very beginning, Dave. Go back and watch like the first 15 minutes or something like that. After that, we just bullshitting in the chat. They came home with me and all that. Otherwise, no, I was just sharing with people somewhere where I crashed a car of a girl that we were interested in back in the day. Damn. So you can quit smoking in Australia? Yeah. For real. That's wild. I gotta do a little weighing. Get some little weighing action going here. So what that looks like. Let's see here. I'm doing good, Dave. I'm doing good. Okay, so sounds like popcorn. It's one of the rats drinking. Got a bunch of little babies here. I'm gonna see what they weigh. Oh my god, one of them is huge. Oh, you little shit in. $17. That's small potatoes. Small potatoes. Okay. Try this one. Decent. Average. average. Two of them are small, two of them are average. Average. And look at this little behemoth. Nagomi. 27. God damn. Yeah. Like you are. He's got curly hair. Clearly he is stealing all the milk. Get off me. Okay. Okay. I don't want to. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. But they had these two in two separate piles. All three were in one pile, and the three coloreds were in another pile. They had them separated by coloration. Isn't that crazy? Tim White, yeah, they're snake food. Jaden says, Bumba Club. Appreciate that, Jaden. Got here. Oh, come on now. Bam. 20. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. 18, a little on the skimpy side. Coming a little short. Yeah, yeah, I had them different cars, right? 18. So this guy's like what, 20? Yeah, okay. $17. 18. 20. 19. 20. Okay. Snake food, yep. They rode in different cars. They sure did. I couldn't figure out what was happening. I thought until it froze, and it turns out I just paused it somehow. Oh, you paused it? Okay. Baby's in there yet? How often are the snakes fed? The smaller ones, like teen wise, are every couple weeks. Larger ones can go 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks between feedings. And at the rate that rats procreate, they'll be eating the kids of the siblings they didn't eat the next time around. A litter of rats every 2 months. Oh no, well, something like that, yeah, yeah. I have a very bad sense of time, but I think it is something like that. No, that was pretty accurate. Yeah, I love this room. My little project room. Little zen room. Probably not everybody's cup of tea, obviously, but there's a lot of peace here. There's a lot of violence, a lot of creation. A lot happens in this room. Hopefully, if I play my cards right, my efforts will go on to support this entire family. That's if I'm successful and learn how to breed them, incubate the eggs, get the eggs to hatch, and hatch with very unique or specific genetic markings or genomes. High demand, high money, lots of money. A little bit of investments from when we had a surplus of, what do they call it, capital. Like I said, not for everybody. That's all right. We are at 2 hours now. My phone is about to die. I'm gonna cut this motherfucker short. Hopefully. Quiet. What did I say? God damn it, there's a fly in here. Not anymore. Now there isn't. You're a patient man. You think so? I've just been tested. I've been tested longer than most. I know. I know I'll survive it, right? There's nothing else. We will survive the time. You gotta think in terms longer than just this week, next month. Bit of a project nest egg, right? Right, I'm out. 420, take it easy. Danielle, Dave, everybody else who's still here. Yeah, yeah, it does take a little bit of patience. And Kino, yes, I am. We are just on our way out, so sorry if you were just joining. But we go live here a lot, so if you are into lives and topics that range from everything from paranormal to prison to religion and politics, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We will be live again probably later on tonight, tomorrow, who knows. But we get around here. All right, take it easy.